Welcome to the Western Watchman. On this video, I wanted to talk about the Bible. And I wanted to talk about it as the Bible as a whole. I saw a video earlier today about someone who had questions about whether or not the scripture in the Bible actually had any factual data to it, or if it was just spiritual scripture encouraging good behavior, and how it pertained to the life of Jesus Christ. I wanted to break this into two parts because I believe there's a deeper conversation here. First part is facts. Facts on Bible. Second part, the connection. The first part is the facts of the Bible is simply put as the Bible has been used as a reference point for scientists and archaeologists to find locations described in Scripture. Places like the burned walls of Jericho, the Hittite civilization, the pool of Bethesda. I have notes here, and I'm butchering names, so bear with me. But the pool of Jerusalem, Dead Sea Scrolls, the House of David, there's another one. The Jericho city walls were essentially rediscovered in 1930s. At least the burn marks were. The Hittite civilization was rediscovered in the 1900s. They were the civilization from 1600 to 1200 BC. The pool of Bethesda was rediscovered in the 1800s in Jerusalem. There are many points in the Bible in which facts have been rediscovered and exposed to the world, and you can go look them up yourself. But where I want to make the connection is when people say or ask where the facts are in the stories that were given and how those stories give warrant to truth. The truth is that through the Bible, facts were told, truths were told. But people get confused or get lost when we talk about Jesus. And how people want to see the truth with Jesus. And the truth is, in Scripture, it says he died and was risen. If we believe the Scripture to find locations of physical places that were lost and rediscovered, why is it so hard for people to believe that Jesus lived, walked, died, and was risen? If we believe the Scripture that we can physically take to go find things, why do people have a connection loss when it comes to believing in Jesus and his resurrection? And the reason why I'm emphasizing on Scripture is because if we can believe in Scripture to find locations and based off of a notion that we don't know if it's true, let's go find it. Why can't we also look at the life and death and risen of Jesus Christ through Scripture as well? I got two scriptures, Luke 24:36 through 38. Disciples were terrified and affrighted and supposed that they had seen a spirit. Jesus corrects this. Behold my hands and feet, that it is I myself. He showed them his hands and feet, his own people, the same people that the same scriptures were written in with the physical facts. John 20:25-27, Thomas doubted, saying, "Except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, I will not believe." Jesus responds, "Reach hither thy finger and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing. Scripture has given us a story from the beginning to the end of factual proof, and Jesus himself tells the same people that people believe when finding these locations and finding these items in real life, but people cannot believe when Jesus tells them, I am risen, and shows them he is risen, and people are lost. How can you believe one part of a book and not another? How could you listen and believe the word, but not believe in a spiritual entity? What part of the Bible has ever given false information? The Bible is truth. The Bible is facts. There is no part of the Bible that has shown a lie. Lies have been described in the Bible by Satan and wrongdoers and people who have deceived as part of the spiritual stories, the accounts that the individuals writing that have taken to write down what was factual in their time. The connection people have, they lose this ability to say, I believe, but I want to see first. True believers believe without seeing. My favorite line, Corinthians 5:7, for we walk by faith, not by sight. I don't need to see Jesus to believe Jesus. I don't need to see the blood-stained robes. I don't need to see the nailed cross. I don't need to see the stone. I don't need to see him physically with the nails imprinted to believe, because I believe with what everything else the Bible has shown that has not lied. If you believe in Jesus Christ, that means you believe in knowing that you will not see until it is your time. That is the most strongest belief you can have. You can believe with all your heart and nothing stops you. But once you see Jesus, it only strengthens it even more. When you believe in Jesus, you have this overwhelming feeling of pure joy, of pure strength, that you want to say his name. You want to do things in his name. But I want to kind of wrap it up with a thinking point. How can you believe in a book that describes nothing but good, but fail to believe in the one main person at the end? How can you actually sit back and look and say, I believe in the things in the Bible because I can see them in real life, but I cannot believe in a person walking the earth, dying and being re-risen? To me is boggling. If the Bible has shown nothing but facts and nothing but truth and nothing but love and support, and people have gone and used this to go find these things, why can't you believe in the whole Bible? Is it because there is a connection loss between one's ability to believe without, or being to believe without seeing? Or is it a spiritual disconnect because you still have a spiritual struggle in understanding that believing is believing without seeing? if the people didn't believe these locations weren't real, they wouldn't have gone for them. They wouldn't have gone to go find them. And if we want to talk about, oh, well, these places were supported by other documents, we can go through many other documents outside of the Bible, prophecies, or other locations in the world, other religions that have said in their own texts that Jesus did in fact exist. But people struggle to believe in the Bible. They can believe in other scriptures saying, or other pieces of paper saying, yeah, we see that that existed over here. Wait, you can believe in scripture from another country, from another document, from another system, but you cannot believe in the very Bible in which holds the very value of the entity in which you're talking about? What made that disconnect? And I believe it is the uncertainty of not knowing for those that cannot believe without seeing. Believing in Jesus Christ and how he died and was risen is a struggle. But believing it happened, if you have to look at it from a different view, if you believe in the Bible and believe in other cultures who have also described these same things, and all of them are factual, why not also believe in the main guy? Just something to think about. Stay blessed.